Prejudices are stirred by the arrival of a group of Taoist monks in Heartbeat at 8 o'clock. But first, extreme sports fanatic Jack Osborne is taking on a fitness instructor in a series of gruelling and physically punishing events. It's Beat the Star.
You can't beat that for comfort. Think sofas, think DFS. Proud sponsors of Beat the Star.
Last week, dental student Laura took on tennis ace Martina Hingis and won a massive cash prize. Tonight, a personal trainer clashes with celebrity thrill seeker Jack Osborne in 8 more exhilarating games designed to test them mentally and physically. There's £50,000 at stake, so will our challenger have what it takes to beat the star?
Welcome to Beat the Star. Here's your host, Vernon Kay.
Welcome to Beat the Star. Tonight, someone could be leaving here with £50,000. All they've got to do, though, to get their hands on the money is beat the star. Tonight, our challenger and star will fight it out across 8 unknown games. At the end of it, one of them will be victorious. The other will leave here a loser. No one likes that. Are you ready to meet tonight's challenger? He keeps fit for a living and Thai boxes for fun. Now, he may have a baby face, but please don't be fooled. This guy is as hard as nails.
My name's Chris, I'm 23 and I'm a personal trainer. My main challenge is to keep my clients motivated. Not so many people enjoy the thought of exercising. So if I put a positive spin on it, exercise with them, show them that it can be quite easy and try and make it look easy, then they enjoy it and so do I. Other than my personal training, my main sport is Thai boxing. Thai boxing is kind of the science of 8 limbs. This involves your feet, elbows, hands and knees. So very, very complex martial art. I live at home with mum, dad and my older brother.
Watched all the series last year and he's been practicing various games up against his brother. I think that's where he gets his competitive edge from. And I think he'll wipe the floor with the star this year.
My fitness levels, if I had to put it on a scale of, say, 1 to 10, you know, I'd be pushing 10, I'd say. Listen, mate, you should have stayed at home because I'm taking you to the cleaners.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Chris! Hello, mate. Party handshake, we like that.
Thank you.
All right, now you're physically fit.
Yes.
And you do Thai boxing.
Yep.
Have you got the mental capability to get through tonight's show?
Absolutely. I mean, we'll have to wait and see what you've got up for me, but yeah, I can't see why not.
Now, you've no idea who you're up against tonight, have you?
No idea.
Would you like to meet them?
Absolutely.
He's climbed mountains, crossed deserts and swam nose to nose with great white sharks. And that's just for starters. Ladies and gentlemen, he's TV's ultimate adrenaline junkie. The one, the only. Give it up for Jack Osborne! How's it going, Chris?
Yeah, good, mate.
Now, Chris and yourself, same age, same height. What's going to give you the upper hand?
I guess experience. You know, I've done a lot of crazy things. You know, I'm pretty familiar with all sorts of different extreme sports, activities. Kind of smart. I'm okay at ball games. So
right.
We'll see.
Let's remind ourselves what makes Jack such a force to be reckoned with.
I'm Jack Osborne, I'm 23, and I'm an adrenaline junkie.
Jack Osborne, part of the most fearless family in rock, has travelled the world tackling terrifying extreme sports, proving himself to be the ultimate adrenaline junkie.
It's pure curiosity is why I do it. How much can you really tell about yourself unless you've been truly petrified? I plan on applying a lot of the skills I've learned through doing Adrenaline Junkie to Beat the Star. It's kind of along the same lines, only I don't know what I'm getting into.
I think Jack is not only mentally fit, he's got more passion and drive than anybody else I've ever seen. He's fearless in every aspect of the word. I think you've got one hell of a competitor.
Sure, I think I could win. As soon as you start doubting yourself, that's when there's room for failure. Most people's minds give out before their bodies do. Just so you know, I've had experience in some of the world's toughest challenges. I will crush you.
Basically, Jack, whatever's thrown at you, you will take on as a challenge.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah.
I think that's going to stand you in good stead tonight because both of you have got no idea what's coming up. All right, well, let's get started, shall we? Here is how the show works. The boys will face up to 8 nail-biting games tonight, each worth an increasing number of points. 1 point for game 1, 2 points for game 2, all the way up to 8 points for the final 8th game. Whoever has the most points at the end of the show wins. If that's you, Chris, you leave here with £50,000 in your pocket. It's as simple as that. But Jack doesn't want that to happen, because if he wins, he gets to walk out of here with his reputation intact, and the money goes into a prize fund for a very special show at the end of this series. So both our competitors have got everything to play for tonight. Chris,
yes.
Do you still think you can beat the Star?
100%.
Do the honourable thing, please. Shake hands.
Good luck, Jack.
Yeah, you too.
Good luck to you both. Let's play Beat the Star, game 1. Cage ball for 1 point. Now, basically, gentlemen, you're going to be playing football in this cage. Here are the rules. The aim of the game is to score more goals in 3 minutes than your opponent. Our referee, Dermot Gallagher, will be keeping an eye out for any dodgy tackles.
Do we get shin pads?
You don't get shin pads. You don't get shin pads, but you might want to pull your socks up.
All right.
And going back to the refereeing, if Dermot gives you 2 yellow cards, come close, gentlemen. If he gives you 2 yellow cards, I'm afraid you will forfeit the game.
What designates a yellow card?
That, Jack. That's pretty much a yellow card.
Okay.
All right?
All right, nothing too harsh.
Whoever scores the most goals after 3 minutes wins the game. Do you understand the rules,
Yeah.
Chris? Any questions, Jack?
No, pretty obvious.
This is going to test your fitness because this is pretty darn tough. If you'd like to stand in your areas, gentlemen. All right, I'm going to leave you in the more than capable hands of our official commentator, Mr. David Goldstrom. Let's play Cage Ball.
Thanks very much, Vernon. So as many goals as possible inside 3 minutes, and Chris very sharp and already left-footed into the goal. The first score in just over 2.5 seconds. Here we go again, and Chris once again very sharp across those first 3-4 metres. Now just trying to protect and control. Great turn and twist. Oh, and that was so nearly number 2, and that is number 2. Chris Wharton looks as if he really enjoys his football here. And might well have played a few five-a-side games in his time. Once again, fastest across to the ball, and 3-0 inside the first minute. Well, this is an amazing start for the challenger. And Jack Osborne looks, well, he doesn't know what's hitting. Really good balance and control, and there Chris using the cage balls very intelligently to try and get the rebound. Almost put himself into trouble, and now muscling past. This should be 4, and it is. Goal number 4. And Chris just stretching away from Jack, who with just a minute, barely a minute gone, is beginning to really cuff and blow. And again, another turn there. This time it is number 5. And Chris Wharton is all over Jack Osborne, who nutmegs him for that goal. Slightly different tactic, and that is 6. I almost blinked and missed it. What does Jack do about this? He's got to try and get that ball first. Once again, Chris is just so quick across the centre circle there. Uses the cage wall again. Back heel, little twist, little turn. Jack chasing. This is better from Jack. He's harrowing and just needs a little bit of luck. Chris now in command, strolling. Oh, that almost crossed the line, but it didn't, so it doesn't count. Jack, well, that was wayward. Had a chance to shoot there and didn't take the opportunity. Off the post again, just over a minute to go. Ooh, and that is goal number 7. Jack's really got nowhere to go. This is punishment of pain and torture.
I don't mean this in the worst possible way, Jack, but come on, let's try and make it 10.
Hey, in that case, try and make it 20.
In the politest way, this is a rout by Chris over Jack. And yet again, Chris still with the energy to get there first. Not so accurate this time. Jack trying to get possession, but he can't. He's just defending. Chris harrowing. And Jack almost mesmerised by Chris's feet. All the attack and aggression is coming. He's just looking at there it is. Goal number 8. It had to come. And 25 seconds, the clock freezes every time the ball goes in the net.
We've got to get one.
I know, one of these days.
Jack just wishes that clock would keep rolling, so this is over a lot sooner. Oh, and that's goal number 9. He's going for double figures here, Chris. What can Jack do? Surely a consolation goal. That has a go. Has another go. That's the closest he's got here, Jack Osborne. 15 seconds, clock counting down. Still looking for a way through. Chris still hungry. Maybe. Oh, brilliant. That's the best of the lot. Goal number 10. And it's almost all over for poor old Jack. 5 seconds. And Jack decides rather late in the day that the only thing he can do is to get rid of the ball. First game, cage ball goes to Chris Wharton.
Okay, Chris, initial reaction. I think you've played a little bit of footy before.
You'd be surprised.
Jack, what was your initial reaction when you saw the cage coming out and you knew it was football?
I knew it was a no dice. Wasn't going to happen.
Not your favourite sport?
My least favourite sport of all.
Right. Well done.
Okay.
10-0, I think, was the final score.
Oh.
Pleased with that?
There you go. I'm happy with that.
All right, let's put the first point on the board. Well done, Chris. Remember, Chris is playing for a whopping 50 grand, but Jack's fighting for something you can't really put a price on. His pride. 10-0. So, neither man is going to surrender. Let's play on, shall we? Ready for more?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good luck. Beat the start. Game 2. It's Egg and spoon for 2 points. Now, gentlemen, I hope that all that physical exertion hasn't left you unsteady on your feet, because in a few moments' time, you're going to be doing your best impression of a tightrope walker up there. Oh, it's the tallest egg and spoon race you'll ever play. Join us after the break when personal trainer Chris and adrenaline junkie Jack Osborne will be balancing on a beam 8 metres up in the air for £50,000. You don't want to miss it. Still to come, more new games push the boys to the edge. They'll fight on to the bitter end, but will Chris stay on track to beat the star?
You can't beat that for happy. Think sofas, think DFS. Proud sponsors of Beat the Star.
Can you keep up with the rhythm?
Together now.
Put your sense of rhythm to the test with more than 50 mini-games. Rhythm Paradise, only on Nintendo DS.
Well, I was 28 years a detective, added 32 years in the police service. I think, truthfully, if you go back, 5-10 years, there was no such thing as CSI investigation. Crime drama on Sky has brought things to the fore. It allows the public to actually see firsthand exactly what it's like. My wife, for example, wishes she'd have been a forensic scientist, but that's based purely on her watching the programmes on Sky. It is a human trait, I think, to be the hunter, and we like to hunt and we like to find the clues, we like to prove who's done something.
We've split our TV channels into packs, so if you love crime drama, you can watch the type of things you're into without paying for the things you're not. Sky, believe in better.
If I ruled the world, every man would be as free as a bird. Take my word, if the day
It's good to be different. Starting now, there are 7 different pay-as-you-go options to choose from. Only with Vodafone.
Harvey's extra 20% off everything offer's been extended. This weekend only, save an extra 20% off sale prices on all sofas, dining and bedrooms. Hurry ends holiday Monday, 8 p.m.
Until Monday at Morrison's, 1 litre bottles of Smirnoff vodka, Gordon's gin and Bell's whiskey are an incredible £12 each. The Price Crunch at Morrison's.
You found it. It's your mouth. And it has a lot to look forward to. Like words. The Tooth Fairy. Finding that signature smile. That first kiss. Maybe it'll teach others. Your mouth holds amazing possibilities. That's why we developed the Aquafresh science of 3-in-1 protection for healthy gums, strong teeth, and fresh breath. Because a healthy, protected mouth can one day be an amazing one. Aquafresh. Amazing.
Night.
If I rule the world, there'd be happiness that no man could end. No, my friend, when I rule the world.
If you ruled the world, nothing would be left unsaid. So starting now, £50 worth of minutes and texts for a £10 top-up. Only with Vodafone.
May half-term breaks at Haven start from just £349 for the whole family. So call now or visit haven.com. Haven, life's more fun when you play together.
When you think of Canada, what's the one thing that comes to mind?
That hurt my brains. Come on, this is serious.
South Park perhaps?
Did you guys hear that?
Yes, South Park is on STV Monday nights.
Oh, that's cool.
Don't miss your fix at 11:15 and get a full preview of the next episode online.
You can't beat that for relaxed. Think sofas, think DFS. Proud sponsors of Beat the Star.
Welcome back to Beat the Star. Tonight, super fit Chris, a personal trainer from Kent, is taking on professional thrill seeker Jack Osborne in an attempt to win £50,000. It's Chris's prize versus Jack's pride. Neither man wants to lose. Now, before the break, Chris absolutely walloped Jack Osborne at football. No offence, but he absolutely battered you.
I know the truth.
Oh, dear me. And he scored the first point. But we're about to see if Jack can make a comeback in game 2.
That's all I can say.
First, let's remind ourselves what these two are really made of. Our challenger tonight is Chris. He's 23 and a personal trainer from Kent. He's 5'9", weighs 12 stone 1 and holds a freestyle kickboxing and mixed martial arts licence. He's up against extreme sports fanatic Jack Osborne, who's 5'9", 13 stone 8 pounds and has trained in Thai boxing. Jack lost the first game, but who will come out on top? Personal trainer or extreme sports fanatic? Two fearsome competitors, one very high beam and an egg and spoon. Yes, it's egg and spoon for 2 points. These are the rules, gentlemen. You're going to climb these poles and walk across the balance beam, which is just 4 inches wide. On the ledge, on the other side of the beam, are a selection of eggs. You'll find a spoon. You've got to balance the egg on the spoon and walk back across the beam without dropping the egg. Once you've made it back to this end with the egg intact, you've got to place the egg in the egg cup and ring the bell above your head. It's a head-to-head game. First person to ring the bell wins. Now, Jack, climbing is quite literally your bag. You must be feeling really confident going into this second game.
Yeah, but we got super fit Chris, so apparently my skills aren't as high.
Yeah, but that was football.
It was.
And you admitted that you were rubbish at football.
I did.
You're blooming good at climbing.
I'm intimidated by Chris now.
If I had 50p and placed a wager, I'd put it on you, Osborne. Okay. No offence, Chris, but you've seen the kind of guy who's ultra-competitive and the kind of guy who can face any challenge head-on. How are you feeling?
Pretty confident. Climbing's not really my forte, but I'll give it a go.
We're 1 for 1 then.
All right, well, good luck to you both, gentlemen.
Thank you.
I wish you all the very best. Look, remember, Chris, 50 grand is on the line.
I'm not going to
Jack,
forget.
he's already given you a pasting at football. Don't let him do it again.
Okay, I'll try not to.
So, climb the pole, walk across the beam, walk back with the egg, and ring the bell. Good luck, gentlemen. 3, 2, 1.
Away they both go, up these rather wobbly 10-metre high telegraph poles. Both men making a steady ascent, which is probably just as well, given that you don't want to be puffing and blowing when you get onto the platform and have to establish your balance and centre of gravity before going out over the chasm. Chris just a little bit quicker, Jack more tentative. Oh, and Chris, that's too urgent, and maybe that's a lesson for them both. A little less haste will yield a little bit more speed. So now Jack focusing on the task ahead, and you can see there just how narrow these beams are, less than the width of his foot. Not exactly Jack with the elegance of the great Charles Blondin, the 19th century high wire walker who was famous for crossing Niagara Falls. He's almost there. Oh, Jack has gone, and that means he has to start all over again, and the advantage now goes back to Chris. And this is a better position, shoulders over the knees and toes, and that is a good crossing. Well, that was the easy bit. Now for the egg and spoon. This is somewhat different to what we used to do at school. We never used to do it from the height of the roof of a house, and we never used to do it on a beam that was wobbling between two poles. Once again, Chris, oh, a little too quick again, and he loses the advantage. It goes back to Jack Osborne. Jack, who's pretty comfortable at heights. 3 years ago it was that he climbed the sheer rock face of El Capitan in Yosemite National Park in California. That was a magnificent achievement, and that's a very good crossing, and now he's got the egg and spoon return. Just charging up, and every time he has to climb the pole it just takes a little bit more out of him. So the width of the chasm, 8 meters separating the two men. Jack taking a long time though to get going, and Chris is catching him. Chris is also pretty comfortable at heights. Jack wobbling, and Chris has caught him. And the advantage now is Chris's. So for the second time, Chris with the egg and spoon. As I said, he's a man who's pretty comfortable at heights. One of his achievements, the great bungee jump, the Nevis jump in New Zealand, plunging 134 meters down towards Earth. Still doesn't look very convincing. Everybody trying to get behind him, and Jack's up again for his crossing. That right arm sticking out isn't actually helping him. It would be better if it came in front of him, almost halfway. You can just see how wobbly the beam is, and he's lost it again, and all the way back to the beginning goes Chris, and suddenly Jack realizes he's got yet another chance. So Chris charges up, Jack, now there you can just see, as he, look how wobbly that pole is. The beam, it's moving all the time. So once again, 8 meters separating them, but this time it's in Jack's favor. He makes the first step, but it's a very uncertain one. And you can see his upper body's just back, and that makes the balance so much harder. He's rocking backwards and forwards, and down he goes. And Chris is on the platform for his third attempt. So, is it going to be third time lucky? What's he learned from the first two failures? Well, the first thing he's doing is coming out more steadily, and that right arm is tucked in. Rather more accident than design, but this is a better position again. Much more confident through the first half. Steadies. Once again, gets going. A couple more meters to go. He's well ahead of Jack. He just needs to keep this moving. And that's good. 2, 3, 4, and he's on the platform. The egg's in the holder. The bell is rung. And it's Chris Wharton who takes egg and spoon. Time and time again, both men showed just how hard a challenge this was. Ultimately, though, it was Chris who prevailed.
Chris, congratulations.
Thank you.
What were you thinking stood for the final time at the egg end of the poles? What was going through your head? What was your thought process?
I was thinking about running. I was thinking, go on, have a little dart, and then it's hard when you're holding your arm out and trying to hold the egg. It's extra hard.
Extra hard! Well, you did really, really excellent. Well done. Now, Jack, like I said at the beginning of Egg and Spoon, I thought that would have been your bag. I thought that was your game.
Yeah, no, I thought I had it in the bag, but wobbly up there.
More difficult than you thought?
Definitely. You know what it is? I think it's because you're between two solid beams. So it's not like you can just stable yourself with your legs, because the whole thing is going. So it's tough.
I've got to say, though, you did some pretty fancy moves. Do them on a dance floor.
Like that.
Everyone's a winner.
That's how I won your heart.
Congratulations, Chris. That was a fantastic game. Well done. Right, Chris, you've bagged your 2 points. Let's add them to the scoreboard. It's 3 plays zip. But don't worry, Jack. Still a long way to go. You can still walk out of here victorious, because the next game is worth 3 points. Who's beat the star? Game 3! Yes, it's flip and slide for 3 points. We decided with the Egg and Spoon that an earth was an earth. So we brought you down to terra firma. In a moment, you're going to be hacking up the turf in one of these bad boys. They're controlled by twin engines and they can reach up to a maximum speed of 35 miles an hour. Are you looking forward to this, Jack?
Very much so.
Chris?
Absolutely.
Look at that cheeky grin. Good luck to you both. Well, these are the rules. The aim of the game is to record the fastest time around this 200-metre track. You'll each have 3 laps. Whoever records the fastest lap will win the 3 points. Jack, you're going to go first and set the time to beat. Then it's up to you, Chris, to try and beat his best time. I'm going to hand you over to our commentator, David. So far, so good.
So here's a mug buggy with a difference. No steering wheel or brakes. Instead, 2 independent engines and joystick levers driving and controlling the larger rear wheels. So Jack out on his practice lap, one and only opportunity to familiarise himself with this rather different machine in this brand new game. Now heading up towards the hairpin. And that's a good example of just how difficult it is to steer with those left and right levers. And the second mud pool power slides that as well, but not to great effect. And there's a point where he's got to correct things or he's going to lose precious seconds. So now round to the start-finish line. First of the time lapse begins now, and away he goes. And really giving it the gas. The front wheel's coming up, and gets away with that. Power on that left-hand engine to spin him round here. That was good. Up towards the hairpin, just under 15 seconds. And it's not afraid, he's really enjoying this. Going through the hairpin and now on his way to the chicane. Second mud pool coming up. Another power slide. Well, it was slightly better than the practice lap, and into the straw bale chicane at just under 30 seconds. Over the tabletop. Good anticipation there. This is a pretty good first effort. 40.78, not bad. 2 more attempts to improve. Jack Osborne enjoying himself out there, but a little held. So far, so good. Wide there, although overall he won't be far. Oh, that was a mistake now. Would have surely been up with his first lap time, but for that, and the wheels going left and right, that's an indication of loss of control and time being given away. And again, untidy there. And I think, yes, he's given that time away, 42.93. That's over 2 seconds slower than the opening lap. So one final attempt to make it even tougher for Chris. Up towards the chicane again. That was well controlled, but just a fraction down on his first lap time. Now down to this chicane. This is where he's lost time before, and again, it's not bad. He did keep the power on, though, and this is definitely better than the second lap. Coming around here, this won't be far away. Takes a tighter line, little slide there, comes to the finish line. Not quite. 41.06. Just outside his first lap time by over a quarter of a second. but Jack Osborne not afraid to give it the power. And now it's down to the challenger. Chris Warden hoping to make it 3 victories out of 3. After that is this memorization lap. His opportunity to learn the muddy twists and turns of this 200-meter track. Pretty good round the hairpin, but still taking these early turns a little gingerly. Should feel comfortable, given that he's a man familiar with driving go-karts, jet skis, motorbikes, quad bikes and 4x4s. In and out of the chicane, still looking a little tentative, but this is practice. Now he'll see the green flag, the start-finish banner, the clock about to run. 40.78 is his time to beat. Gasses it over the first bump, and that's not bad. Round the left-hander, and mud in both eyes as he power slides round that turn. Kept it going really well. Osborne's fastest time to that point. Well, now what he's got to do, this is where arguably this race is going to be won and lost, is to avoid clipping the sides, is to keep those wheels running straight. So now turning round for his second attempt. 40.78, still of course the time to beat. Over the bump, does that well. Now sets up, anticipates well. Slides a little wide. Ooh, and that's too tight. Lost a fraction there, had to take the power off. Down by just about a second coming out of the hairpin. But here's an opportunity to try and make it up again. Now this pull keeps it going. The slides a little sideways still. Oh, pity there. He was only still a second down, but it's all going to pieces. Too many bumps and knocks, and the impulsion, the direction is lost. And I don't think he's going to be able to pull this back, and another mistake. 46.45, needs to find over 5.5 seconds. That's a big ask. That's just about the best he's done through there. Up at the hairpin, and he's only just behind, and there really gives it the gas now. And this is quick. Now he really is spinning round towards the mud pool to turn left-handed into the chicane. Pretty good through there. Oh, what a pity. I had him almost quarter of a second faster. There on the right, you can see the blue buggy ahead of the red going into the chicane. What a pity. But for that, he really would have had a chance to overtake and better Jack Osborne's time. As it is, the opportunity has gone, and it's the star who's going to take game number 3. Well, although Chris could never quite control the engine power going into those crucial turns, at this moment he has no idea whether any of his times are good enough. But Vernon does.
Great effort, great effort. Are you feeling? Are you feeling?
A bit gutted, I don't think I did it.
All right, the time to beat was 40.78 seconds. Your quickest time was 46.45 seconds. Congratulations, Jack. You're the winner. You played for 3 points. Gutted, Chris. You're not gutted.
Oh, my God.
You're not like the kind of guy who doesn't like losing.
No, I don't.
We've seen the way you competed in the first game and on the egg and spoon. Sheer determination. You look like someone's ripped out your heart, to be honest with you.
I'm gutted. All gutted.
All right, you must be pleased, Jack.
Hey, yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
We're back on an even playing field now.
Exactly. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. It's now 3 apiece. Jack has claimed the 3 points. Commiserations to you, but it's not over yet. That 50 grand is still in your grasp. All he's done is levelled the playing field. Good luck, Chris. Good luck, Jack. Chris here is playing for 50 grand, but Jack is battling on to hold on to a far greater prize. His pride. Join us after the break when the boys will be taking on a 6-metre high ladder. And one of them will be climbing one step closer to victory. We'll see you then. Coming up, Chris is nearly broken by the ladder. And Jack thinks he's got a plan to win the chop.
It's all about tactics.
Star. Tonight, personal trainer Chris has got his sights set on winning £50,000, but extreme sports fanatic Jack Osborne is doing everything in his power to stop him. That's because Jack doesn't want to lose his pride tonight. After 3 games, the scores look like this. 3 apiece. Jack equalised in the last game. All that could change now. It's Beat the Star, game 4. And it's worth 4 points. Now, gentlemen, this is a game that's as much about strategy as it is about speed. Intrigued? Well, let me explain how it works. The aim of the game is to climb to the top of the ladder and ring the bell. To help you, you can use these 3 rungs. Comprende? And they go on the ladder like this. Simple as that. You can put them in any order that you wish. To win the game, you must stand with both feet on the checkered rung at the top of your ladder and ring the bell. Let's play Broken Ladder. 3, 2, 1, climb!
The task for both of them to make sure that the spacings are not too wide. If they are, then they'll overstretch. If they're too tight together, then it's just going to take them longer to climb this ladder. And as ever, Chris really rushing into it. A careless mistake. And there's a bit of an invention from Jack, taking that 3rd rung out from his harness and moving up methodically. Chris a little bit off balance, but Jack seemingly with a plan in his mind, and Chris struggling once again. And for the 2nd time, right the way down. So here's Jack almost at halfway, that fixed rung at 4 metres. Up he goes. Needs to bring himself down to get the next rung. Here's Jack just trying to work it out. Chris closing up again. Somewhat gymnastically, Jack reaches down, back on track now, and that's good spacing. He can drive from there. Chris still about a metre behind. Jack on the move now. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, up. Rings the bell and takes the points. The 2 very different approaches. Chris as ever quickly into his work, but a little careless and having to rebuild from the beginning, whereas Jack here inventively tucking the 3rd rung into his harness and building with nice even spacing. Chris seemingly always off balance and struggling, using a lot of energy, whereas Jack's more methodical approach taking him steadily towards the halfway point. Chris, a 2nd careless mistake, really spelling doom for him, whilst Jack continued on his happy way. The last 3 rungs powering up onto the 8-metre bar, and then, as you'll see, literally ripping the bell cord right out of the roof.
Chris, what went wrong there?
I was going for some sort of elaborate plan just to pull myself up, but it obviously didn't work, did it?
You kind of went out the trap pretty quick then. And
yeah, I didn't really think about it. I thought I'd just cross bridge when come, and it didn't work out for me.
Jack, you had a good plan?
Yeah.
Very methodical in the way that you put the rungs on the broken ladder. Congratulations.
Thank
well
you.
done. You claimed some more points. That's now 2 games in a row. Is it slipping from your grasp, Chris?
Not at all.
Good lad, that's what we like to hear. Let's put those points on the board. Chris and Jack have taken a physical pounding already tonight, and they're not the only ones being put through the paces on this show. Here's what's in store on next week's Beat the Star. Next week, it's all to play for when an ex-army officer from London locks horns with Olympic boxing hero James de Gale. With more games designed to push them to the limit, it's about neither man wants to lose. So can our challenger win the fight of his life and beat the star? Right, lads, I hope you've recovered from the ladders, because it's time to tackle our next obstacle. It's Beat the Star, game 5. It's for the shot, and it's worth 5 points. This is a strategic game, gentlemen. You're going to be asked to assess the mind games of your opponent. It's all about strategy. Now, so far, Chris, you came flying out the box in the first 2 games. kind of slipped a little bit.
Yeah.
How do you think Jack fares as a competitor?
Yeah, pretty good. Obviously, he's beating me, isn't he?
Now, Jack, this guy is one tough competitor.
Absolutely.
Physically fit, mentally strong. Do you think you can continue with the success that you've had so far?
Can only try.
All right, let's go. Jack, if you'd like to stand there. Right. This game involves some smart thinking and 2 rather large, eye-watering sausages. These are the rules. Now, these 2 sausages are of equal weight. You'll use them to play a game of 5 rounds. In each round, I'll ask you to chop off a piece of sausage to be weighed. Whoever brings me the heaviest slice of sausage will win the round. You must make sure you've got enough sausage to last all 5 rounds.
Okay.
Do you understand the rules, Jack?
Yep. Don't bite off more than you can chew.
Yeah, pretty much. So the end of the game is to bring forward a piece of sausage that's heavier than your opponent's. If you do that, you'll win the round. OK, now, Jack, as you're the star, you're going to be able to choose your weapon first. Good choice. Good choice. Well done. All right, gentlemen, go back to your chopping stations, put on your pinafores, grab your knife. Good luck. Let's play the chop. In your own time, your first slice, please. No rush. No help from the audience, please. If you'd like to put your sausage behind your back and cover up the remainder of your sausage, please. If you'd like to come forward. All right, Jack, you're the star. Place your salami on the scales. There you go. Chris? Well done. First round, Chris. Well done, back to your stations. So, Chris, you won the first round. 2 very, very, very similar pieces of sausage. What are you going to do next? Take as much time as you want, Chris. Stay there. Jack, thank you very much. Come forward. Put it behind your back. Jack, good luck. Jack, place your sausage on the scales. Ooh! That's a nice slice. Chris? Jack, you're the winner. 1 apiece. Well done. 3 rounds left to play. Good luck. So think about what your opponent's already brought. Think about what you've got left. Think about what you think they've got left. Make your cut and then bring down your next slice of sausage. The heaviest slice will win the round.
It's all about tactics.
Come forward, Jack, when you've made your cut. You got your slice, Chris?
Yeah.
Right, step forward, gentlemen. Jack? Ooh! Good round. Good round. You both did exactly the same. You went small, but Chris's slice was a little bit heavy. All right. Well done. Congratulations, Chris. Back to your station. It's 2-1 to Chris. Now, Chris, if you win the next round, you've won the chop. But remember, you must have enough sausage to play all 5 rounds. Okay, but if you win the next round, you've won the chop. You hear that, Jack? You need to win this next round. on your back. And remember, Chris, it's 2-1. If you win this, you've won 3 rounds, and the points are yours. Back in the game. Jack, you need to have the heavier slice of sausage on the scales to stay in the game. Good luck. Chris. Yeah! Well done, let's put them points on the scoreboard. 5 points goes to Chris, 8th place, 7. Well done. Unlucky, Jack. Only a point in it, though. Now, Chris and Jack have powered their way through our first 5 games, and neither of them are backing down. But who's going to go the distance and claim the final glory? Find out after the break.
Tonight's challenger is hoping to beat the star and win a big cash prize. If you want the chance to win £5,000, just answer the following question. Which celebrity sibling is missing from the grid? Hillary and Hayley Duff, Jessica and Ashley Simpson, Jack and Kelly Osbourne, Nikki and Hilton. Is it A, Paris, B, Victoria, or C, Sienna? Call 0901 29 30 234. Calls cost £1 from BT landlines. Calls from other networks may be higher, and from mobiles will be considerably more. Or text A, B, or C as your answer to 65040. Text costs £1 plus 1 standard network rate message. Sky or Virgin Media viewers can enter by pressing their red button, or enter online for free at itv.com. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close at 10 a.m. on Saturday the 9th of May. Entries made after the closing time will not be counted, but may still be charged.
You can't beat that for chilled. Think sofas, think DFS. Proud sponsors of Beat the Star.
Welcome back to Beat the Star, where personal trainer Chris has skipped a session at the gym for a night in the ring with extreme sports fanatic Jack Osbourne. They fought it out in 5 games already, and so far the scores look like this. There's 3 games left to play, so the battle's not over yet. It's 8 plays 7. Chris is hoping to get his mitts on £50,000. Jack wants to hold on to his reputation, so he's not going to lose easily. Chris, what was your initial reaction when you saw Jack standing at the top of the stairs?
I was a little bit shocked. I was expecting a sportsman, so you know, a little initial shock, but then yeah, chuffed to bits.
Well, so far the way he's competed like a sportsman.
Absolutely, yeah.
Bad one.
Only at football.
Yes.
Pretty darn good at climbing. How do you feel about Chris as a competitor?
He's good, great. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. You know.
He's focused, isn't he?
He is very focused. He's got the determination to win. I would too if I personally was going to win 50 grand. So it's good. I'm enjoying myself.
Good, good. Now, Chris.
Yes.
Do you think you've got the drive now to take you on to the cash?
Definitely. I've got to, haven't I?
Well, this game could well be the making or breaking of you both, gentlemen. It's time to do the maths. It's Beat the Star, Game 6. Game 6, it's Mathletics for 6 points. How are you with mental arithmetic, Jack?
Oh, yeah, great. Yeah.
Chris, how are you?
Pretty shocking.
Really? Surely all those repetitions that you do in the gym?
I don't really need to go past 10.
Well, this is a maths test with a twist. Here are the rules. I'm going to give you some sums, which are based on general knowledge. The aim of the game is to work out the answer to the sum. It's a head-to-head game. First person to correctly answer 5 sums wins Mathletics. Any questions?
No.
Press the buzzer when you think you've calculated the sum. Buzz in and give me your answer. Once you've buzzed in, you'll get 5 seconds to answer.
Okay.
If you give me a wrong answer or fail to give me an answer, you'll get a buzz, and then it'll go over to your opponent, who will have as much time as they require to give me an answer. So you both ready?
No.
Right. Let's play Mathletics. Nature is the first topic. The number of arms on an octopus multiplied by the number of legs on a spider. Chris.
64.
It is 64, well done. Next category is music. The number of members in ABBA multiplied by the number of members in U2. Jack.
12.
It's not 12. Over to you, Chris. You think about it, because you've got time.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure how many members there are in U2. I'm going to say 16.
That's the right answer. Well done. Well done. Next up, the topic is time.
Time.
The number of seconds in an hour minus the number of hours in a day. The number of seconds in an hour minus the number of hours in a day. Shh, in the audience, please. Chris.
3,576.
Yes! Well done, that's the right answer. Well done, Chris. Next topic is transport. The number of pedals on a tandem plus the number of wheels on a unicycle. Jack.
The time, is it time, sorry? Is plus, 5.
Jack, you're out of time by the time you give me your answer, so I can't accept your answer. I'm gonna have to hand it over to Chris, I'm afraid.
5.
That's the right answer, well done.
It's like that, is it now?
And that's the way it is.
Yeah, all right.
Next up, film. The number of Indiana Jones films multiplied by the number of Pirates of the Caribbean films. Chris.
15.
It's not 15. Jack, over to you.
Okay, 12.
It is 12! Yes! 4 Indiana Jones films and 3 Pirates of the Caribbean films. Well done, Jack. 4 plays 1. Next subject is money. The number of pennies in £10 divided by the number of quarters in a dollar. Jack.
4. Oh no, 25.
Time run out. Time run out. You're out of time. Don't say anything else. You're out of time. Over to you, Chris.
Okay, so it's the number of pennies in £10 divided by the number of quarters in a dollar. 250.
If it's right, you've won Mathletics. That's the right answer. You've won the 6 points. Well done, Chris. Congratulations. Unlucky, Jack. Woo! Let's add those 6 points to the scoreboard. There you go. 14 plays 7. So, 6 games played, and Jack, you are dangerously close to losing. Come on, Sunshine, look at your ideas. You've got to bring it back and win the next game if you want to stop Chris claiming victory. It's Beat the Star Game 7. Nail it, and it's worth 7 points. The aim of the game is to hammer more nails into a 3-metre plank of wood than your opponent in 60 seconds. There are 30 nails in each plank of wood. Jack, you're the star. You're going to go first and set the total to beat. Chris, you'll then have 60 seconds, and then you'll attempt to beat Jack's time.
Okay.
Nail has to go all the way in, like flat.
It's got to go flat. It's got to be flush.
Okay.
Our official referee, Mr. Dermot Gallagher, will be making sure that all the nails are flush with the piece of wood. So, Jack, you're going to go first.
What kind of wood is this?
Sorry, Jack?
What kind of wood is this?
It's white wood.
Okay.
There's 7 points on offer.
Okay.
Chris, if you win this, it's £50,000 in your pocket.
Yeah.
How are you feeling? You look like you're buzzing.
I am, massively.
Is that excitement or is that nerves?
A little bit of both.
Let's come down to this. Jack, you have to win this to stay in the game.
Okay.
Good luck. You've got 60 seconds. As many nails as possible. Good luck. Let's play Nail It. 3, 2, 1. That's it, get a rhythm going. Get a rhythm going. Hard, isn't it? If you'd like to come in, please. We want as many flush nails as possible, please, Dermot.
Star scored 9.
9. 9. Good luck. Pretty good score. You've got 9 to beat. Now, Chris, I've got to tell you, even if you think you've got more than 9 and you've still got time left, continue. Because you never know, some of them might not be flush.
Yeah.
You can get quite picky, Dermot. You're more than 9 for 50 grand.
Okay.
Right, good luck. If you win this next game, you've won £50,000 in cash. 3, 2, 1. Official score. 9. We need more than 9. 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 How many?
19.
Yeah! Well done, man. Congratulations. Jack. Chris, you beat the star. It's my absolute pleasure to give you £50,000. Well done, pal. Well done. Commiserations, Jack. I tell you what, as soon as you came down them stairs, you were determined. You were so focused, there's no way that money was going to slip from your grasp. Well done, Chris. You've been a brilliant, awesome competitor. You thoroughly deserve that. Jack, thank you so much for being a great star. He was a tough man to beat. Right, let's take a look at the final scoreboard. Commiserations to Jack. Chris was just a tough contender. Join us next week when another brave challenger takes on a super competitive star. Good night from us. Good night. Well done, Chris. Next week, an ex-army officer goes into battle with Olympic boxer James DeGale. With 8 more games and £50,000 at stake, the pressure is on. So can he pull enough punches to beat the star?
Martin Clunes is travelling north to the most secluded islands in Scotland. Islands of Britain is at 9 o'clock. And up next, tragedy strikes Julie and Eddie Tinniswood in Heartbeats.